Good morning, Warhead Nation. Welcome to Warhead Warrior Podcast, Episode 9. We're going to take you behind the scenes from one of our recent rides, a trick or trail ride up in Lakewood, Wisconsin at the beautiful Wabi Lodge. And we're going to show you what to expect when you're expecting to ride with Warhead and Team Winnebagoland. The first thing you're going to see is Tom giving a safety brief to our customers right before the first day's ride on Friday. Take it away, Tom.
Couple of things, just make sure we're all set. Waivers and ride badges. If you didn't get a ride badge, see Brandon right here. If you need to sign the waiver, you can see Brandon also, and he'll get you set up on the phone here. Couple of things I want to give you expectations, and this ride right here has a lot of new people on it. We've been doing these rides for quite some time, but because this is a brand new ride, we got a lot of new people on here, so I want to make sure everyone understands expectations, and not expectations from me, but it's expectations from your fellow riders. All right, common courtesies and etiquette, making sure everyone's all set. So first off, making sure we keep our lights on. All right, get in your machine, turn your lights on. And it's important so we can be seen and see each other in our mirrors. Also, when we're on the roads, making sure we turn our light bars off and our chase bars off. It is illegal to have your light bar on a road, and I consider a road asphalt, even though a lot of the gravel roads are roads. I still run my light bar on most of the time to be seen. But turn it off when you have oncoming traffic coming at you. But just understanding that, what you have on and off. So making sure you're turning light bars off and your chase lights off on asphalt. Hand signals, we have groups about 12 to 13 per group right now. Hand signals, when we run into some traffic, I'm not sure what kind of traffic we're gonna have today. But when we run into some traffic, making sure we put our hands out and let them know how many people we have coming. If you're in the first 7 people, just put your hand out and give them the 5 or the double like this, all right? And that tells them that there are people coming behind. The last 4, 3, 2, 1, and the last person gives the fist. What that does is that makes sure that the people coming at you understand there's not anyone coming up again. They can open it up. They don't have to worry about coming around the corners. As a ride leader, I love when they tell me that, because usually when they give me that one and I'm waiting for a while, I go, that person's probably the least experienced of a group coming at me. And I make sure I wait for them to come around because they might be trying to keep up. They might not be paying attention to the road. So making sure we do that to our fellow riders on the trail, give them that proper etiquette, knowing how many people are coming at you. Don't do the newbie wave, all right? That's when you buy an ATV from me and you leave and you're like, oh cool, let's ride the trails. And then someone gives you the 5 and they're like, hi. Yeah, that's the newbies, all right? They'll learn that stuff too. Do not pass, do not ride recklessly, and do not antagonize while in the group, all right? We got a lot of people who came as groups together here. It's kind of fun to screw around. Let's not do that on the trails, because what you might do might not have someone else expect that, and then if something happens on the trail, we all don't have fun. We all have to take care of that. So road crossing, so be very careful with road crossings. Most of us have helmets on today because of the cold weather. Sometimes it's hard to see the cars coming at us. They don't give a crap about wheelers, all right? They're coming, they're just riding along, making sure you're watching properly. Respect the trails and the signs. Riding is a privilege, not a right. And you're gonna see a lot of signs coming out of here. It says 10 miles an hour, all right? Yeah, 10 miles an hour is freaking slow. I mean, all right? But we gotta make sure we're staying under that 10 to 15, 20 mile an hour, because they don't want us flying past their house. This is a cool experience for us for one weekend of the year, but if you live here and you're sick of machines riding up and down, then the roads get closed or the trails get closed. So making sure we're just tuning it down, all right, and having proper etiquette and understanding that the neighbors around here, anywhere we go, don't love the fact that we have this. So making sure we follow those signs, respect the signs. Remember that not everyone likes power sports on the trail, so don't act like they expect us to act, all right? We got cool looking machines, they look fast, they go fast. Making sure we don't go out there and show people that we are a bunch of a-holes out there, all right? We are representing the entire industry, and you're gonna see people out there cutting wood. You're gonna see traffic coming at you. You're gonna see people out there getting out to their bow stand tonight, all right? And as a hunter, oh man, I go, a bunch of wheelers coming by, this sucks, right? But as a wheeler guy, I go, God, that hunter, I wish you wouldn't give me the finger, right? All right, we all have the same thing. Making sure we understand those people out there to enjoy the sport and the outdoors as well. Let's just not try to be what they expect us to be. So make sure we slow it down, we idle down. If you need to stop on the trail, pull over, start flashing your lights, whatever it is. We will have stops, and I'll go over that later here, but just if you have issues, if your machine starts breaking down, pull over, and if everyone's doing their job, the whole group will stop. I cannot stress this enough, all right? And with this new group, new riders, I see a bunch of different styles of machines in every different group, right? We don't have the just utility group, so it's gonna be a different ride today. I know it's gonna be a little tricky. You gotta make sure you're aware of the person behind you, all right? And and I know a couple of you have been with me before, and yeah, you heard this before, but a lot of you have not. That will really wreck our weekend if we lose someone on the trails or we lose a whole group on the trails. You gotta make sure the person behind you is coming. Do not worry about the person in front of you, because if the person in front of you is doing their job, they're worried about you, you're worried about the person behind you, and then everyone stays together, all right? If you don't see someone back there, stop. Make sure they catch up. It's one of those tricky intersections that you might have been down 10 times. They don't know that. It's that, oh, is this that Y? Or they don't see the tracks, and then they go off. That is the number one problem I have, and I hear the most about it from people tonight. They'll come to me and say, yeah, that person in front of me, they didn't keep an eye on me. Right now, I'm telling you, you owe it to fellow riders to worry about the person behind, all right? And then we can all have a fun time, and then the whole train will stay together, because as a leader, it's hard to tell how it's going on there. So making sure we're worried about the person behind you, so if you have a breakdown, the whole group stops as well. With this, I say mishmash of who's riding what in different groups here, just making sure that if you're the slow person in a group, don't have too much ego or pride to just jump to the back of that group, or at the first stop say, hey, I can't keep up with this group. None of us ride really fast, but if you're having a hard time, you're riding over your head and you're the middle of the fast group and everyone else is right on your bumper, those people are not having a good time. And you've yet to figure out how to personally deal with that on the trail and tell someone to go back, because they'll give me 10 reasons why it's not them, all right? But the 10 people behind me are telling me why they're frustrated with the whole situation. Take the pride, take the ego, take the bullshit out of it, and make sure you just let everyone else have fun. And we'll jump you to the back of the group. We're all gonna get to the same place. We're all gonna stop every 10 to 15 miles. It's just making sure everyone is having a fun time. And those are the common things I have issues with. But if you feel like someone's on your ass, or you see 3 people and you have a hard time keeping up, just say, wave them ahead, wave them ahead. The tails are responsible for you, all right? Ashley, Zach, Brandon, you can jump right in front of them and they're happy as all hell. They're here to serve you. So making sure we're covered that way. Don't feel like you have to keep ego in the way. We'll make sure the group is together at all intersections so no one gets lost. So when we have those tricky corners or stop signs, we'll let the whole group get together and then we'll take back off. Have a full tank of gas. If you have a full tank of gas today, the ATVs will be okay as well. I'd say maybe the ATVs should think about getting gas at lunch. We have an 86-mile day, Matt?
Yeah.
About 86 miles. I know some of these ATVs I'm seeing out here, that's about the range they got. And no one wants to be riding home with their butt pucker and hoping they get home, all right? You know that feeling, right? You're watching the gauge the whole time, all right? Yeah. So at lunch, if you want to get gas, there's a gas station right down from Woody's on these wheelers. If you have a UTV, or you're gonna be set to go, we do have a couple machines with some ancillary gas hanging off, and I have a 1.5 gallons. Dolsky's got a 1.5 gallons, I see. Matt's got a 1.5 gallons if we need it. But at lunch, I would recommend any of the wheelers run down to the gas station just down from Woody's and fill up. It's about 18 miles back from lunch. So, but if you have a full tank of gas today, you'll be okay. You are responsible for your own actions on the trails. If you hit someone, it's your insurance and their insurance. It's not my responsibility as Team Winnebagoland to play referee. All right, you have to own that, and just if something happens, just say, "Oh man, that sucks." All right, let's get contact information from each other, and if the machines are capable of keep riding, let's keep going. If you hit someone, it's dusty, you don't see them, you come up behind them, and you wreck their machine. All right, let's mark it, and we'll keep going. We'll figure it out from there. Let's not get mad at each other. But let's also be adults about it, and you are responsible. I'm not going to tell you who's responsible for what, but making sure you get contact information and then deal with it later, all right? Very important here. But if someone breaks down or crashes, the group will keep moving forward, and we'll mark where you are. So if we can handle flat tires, not 7 flat tires like summer, but we can handle flat tires, all right? We can handle belts, we can handle small things. If we can get you going within 20 minutes, we'll get you going here. We have capable people here to get that stuff going. But if your machine's acting weird, or if it's overheating, or your radiator's clogged and we can't unclog, we can't lift you along. We can't sacrifice everyone else's fun for yours. What we'll do is we'll mark where you are on a ride command. We'll come back and get your machine tonight when we get back. We got a whole bunch of empty seats in our 4-seaters that you can just hop in. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it will suck. All right, I'm telling you right now, if you're that person, it will suck. But just suck it up and then let's move on, all right? And then we'll come back and get it. And and I don't think we'll have clogged radiators today, but if you have a clogged radiator issue and you didn't clean it out, we can't keep flipping by and go every couple miles. That's a common issue. But belts, tires, etc., we can handle that stuff.
Thanks for watching, Warhead Nation. We got some big updates coming soon, so stay on top of our social media. See you out on the trails.